Hello everyone, welcome back to Filipina Wonder channel, and on this vlog we're going to talk about the boldness of dating culture here. So a lot of my subscribers ask me what are the tips and what are the kinds of dating cultures here in the Philippines, and on this video we were going to tackle in this very controversial topic, like especially I am Filipina and of course I live here in the Philippines, and most of my viewers are from outside of the Philippines, like American mostly, and from Europe and from Australia. Here are the trends and aspect of dating here in the Philippines. Why we called it bold topic is that because we're gonna talk about whole, not just only about the dating cultures, but we always going to talk also what are the things that you should know about here in the Philippines, because this is considered as the bold in Philippines, bold dating in the Philippines. So it is a kind of universal topic, conservatism and tradition. So we all know that here in the Philippines is a lot of people are still conservative. A lot of Filipino are still conservative, like in terms of how they were going to dress up themselves, and not only by dressing up themselves, but of course like how they were going to act, or how they were going to act, right? How they were going to act, how they were going to decide, and how they were going to treat others. So yeah, we are kind of very conservative. So this is the reason why I always told you guys that you need to do more research upon coming here in our country, like especially you're going to undergo in dating here in our country. So because we are considered as very conservative countries, and if you do research about us, you're gonna know why I tell you this, that we are still conservative and we are very traditional. There are some Filipinos that still are very traditional, so I think like it's very related to being conservative and being traditional. So they still like for example, if you were going to date a Filipina, you need to go to her parents' house first. You will going to court also her parents or her family before her. So that's usually of our things that you need to do if you will going to court us. So that still exists, guys. So yeah, so like if especially we know that here in Philippines we are still we are considered as Catholic country, Catholic. So we are very religious, and it's just part of the Mindanao. Most of the people are there are Muslims, Visayan, Luzon. Still, we are a Catholic. Why? Because we got colonized before the Spaniards, which as Magellan brought us a Catholic religion. So that's how we know some Spanish language, right? So yeah, such as respect for other elders. Yeah, of course we consider this is our tradition that we're going to respect elders. So I heard this thought actually to one of my subscribers that he said that, you know what, I'm totally shocked because when I went to Philippines, they always said good morning to you, even just I'm a foreigner. And as a as we teenager, or we're not really that old, we need to respect some of the elders, like we're going to do mano, if you know this mano. So if you're going to court a Filipina, guys, you need to know how to do this, to mano to their families, like especially their lolas, their mamas, papas, as a sign of respect. And yeah, they can manifest in conservative dating practices, with couples often dating slowly and getting to know each other. Have you noticed that if you're going to talk a Filipinas online, or if you're gonna talk to a Filipinas from here in the Philippines, if you ever visited here in our country, so it will going to take a lot of time for you to be able to get the yes of them, right? Because we need to know you better before we're going to run off into a relationship with you, like especially you're a foreign So we are also a family oriented. So upon dating a Filipino or a Filipina, you need to know that we are family centered. Family plays a significant role in every culture, Filipino culture, including dating. Yeah, so that's the reason why I said earlier that if you were going to date a Filipina, you need to court first their family. So it sounds like not really common to your country, but it's happening here in our country, guys. So yeah, it's not uncommon for couples to involve their families early in the relationship or to seek their approval and blessings. So yeah, like if you're going to court their parents, yeah, and then they were going to say, yeah, gonna bless your relationship. So they're gonna receive blessings from them. So yeah. And family gatherings celebrations are also common occurrences. So if you know, and actually I heard this from one of my friend, a foreigner, that it's really common in their country. Like there is Filipinos community that have a gathering like every once a month together with all the Filipinos on that area, on that state. So if you were going to visit here in our country, guys, you always saw that there is always a gathering here. Why we call that there are some similarities? Because of the gatherings always happens here. And like especially if you're going to visit in our country, and then or if you're going to visit to her place, for sure the family of her were going to prepare some lechon or some of the other kinds of foods that make people gathers in her place. So you need to expect that if you date a Filipina, guys. And yeah, meeting a family is often seen as important milestone in a relationship, because if if you will not going to accept us or accept even our family or not even respect that kind of tradition, you should you should expect that you will not gonna get a yes from her. Yeah. So next is courtship. While dating apps and modern methods of meeting people are becoming more popular, traditional courtship practice still holds sway in many parts of the Philippines. Like even though guys that right now is very modern, especially in dating style, like they just texting through messenger or dating apps like Pina Love, Tinder, or any kinds of dating apps, guys, or kind of messaging app that most of the people use that right now for a dating style. But here in the Philippines, guys, doesn't mean that the traditional kind of dating or courtship here in the Philippines still exists. Oh yeah, still exists here in the Philippines, guys. So you should not always be think that, oh no, it's fine because I can still court her through messenger or any kinds of dating apps. So, yeah, so you shouldn't use that kind of method, because we still consider as a very significant for us to, if you're going to date us into the traditional way of a Filipinos dating culture. So this might involve act of chivalry, and such as bring gift, serenading, or asking permission from the parents before normally courting a person. So now normally now, guys, most of the people or most of the foreign, if they were going to visit to her place, usually they were going to bring rice or some gifts, chocolate, like from his countries, So it's just very common now here, guys, and then probably you're gonna get a yes from them. Yeah, that's a common style also. The some of the other foreign people, like especially they're courting some Filipinas, and then they're going to visit her hometown. So yeah, so there is another one: technology and modern dating. With the rise of technology, especially smartphones and social media, the dating scene in the Philippines has also evolved. Dating apps and websites are increasingly used to meet potential partners. So as we all call that, there is a dating app, Tinder, and all of that kind of dating apps that most of the people uses. And of course, doesn't mean that we don't have dating apps. Yeah, Filipinas also, if they're seeking a true love from overseas, they were going to download some dating apps like Tinder, but Tinder is not really commonly used of us, like especially they need to, or we need to do a premium membership or whatever. So we just use like Pina Love. My cousin used that. So yeah, but I don't have a Pina Love. Yeah, I think so. I don't have. Filipino traits. So yeah, Filipinos are known for their warmth, hospitality, and friendliness, which can also influence dating dynamics. So we're very known as hospitalities, and then we're very known as very friendliest people around the globe. Yeah, that's what it said. And then I totally agree with that because I'm Filipina, and even though like just walking in the street, you was just gonna kind of that thing that we're gonna get a no friend just over a day. Like I remember last time that I went to El Nido, and then there is a solo traveler. She's a girl, and then I'm a solo traveler that time as well. So I asked her, so maybe we can hang out together because I'm alone, and then maybe we can take pictures together. So yeah, it's just so funny, guys. And then yeah, we are very known to that, and then we got more easily into a emotional connection and forming deep bonds with their partner. So yeah, we are kind of very easygoing person, so we are easily to get a bonds of connections to our partners, especially we're still dating. Yeah, even though like that, we still can gain some attractions, or like we can gain more bonds together. Yep. So gender roles, traditional gender roles are still prevalent in Filipino society. Although they are gradually evolving, men are often expected to the lead in the initiating and planning dates. So, you know what, guys? It's just so funny. Like me personally, I love a guy to set a date for us, like just initiating, visiting or my place, or visiting to, like meeting each other, just like that. Simple, that kind of gesture was like really appreciate that. And not only me, every Filipina, I think so, like they like a guy to initiate things, just simple like that, we're going to appreciate. So yeah, and then ever there is increasing recognition of the importance of equality and mutual respect in a relationship. So there are some other Filipino as well that they want also to provide some suggestion. And yeah, but it's just hard for us to get that because we want a man, or we want or that someone to organize everything, and then we're just gonna follow because we need actually a man here. We always known them as a leading man of a family, not a woman. So maybe it's just very different from your country, but here in the Philippines we want a man to lead in our family, guys. So yeah. And PD, public displays of affection. So if you know this, guys, that most of the Filipinos very affectionate, and then we are very clingy. So you need to expect that, guys, when you go out together somewhere, you need to expect that you're gonna get holding hands or like hug from her. So and then we want actually like you receive flowers, or it's just simple like that, guys, like holding hands, and then your eyes are gonna be into us. So we're gonna be like, oh my god, this guy is really amazing. And then it's totally exists in the personality of every Filipina, guys. So it's very not really known to or common to a Filipina not really clingy, because personally and all of my friends are very clingy as well, because we always showed our affection to someone if we got attached, of course. So I'm going to end this vlog, guys, by saying thank you so much for watching on this video, and I hope you guys are going to watch until the end. And don't forget to subscribe and like and share to your friends if you find this interesting. So thank you, and God bless us all.